Welcome everyone to our exploration of Psalm 91, a psalm revered for its powerful promises of protection, safety, and divine care. Today, we will delve into the esoteric and metaphysical meanings embedded within this sacred text, revealing how these timeless truths apply to our spiritual journey and inner life. We begin with the opening verse, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." The secret place is a profound concept in esoteric thought. This is not a physical location, but a state of consciousness, a sacred inner sanctuary where we connect directly with the divine presence. The secret place is within us. It is the innermost part of our being, the spiritual heart where the essence of the divine resides. To dwell in this secret place is to live in constant awareness of our unity with the divine source. It is to cultivate a consciousness of oneness with the Most High, where we are sheltered and protected by the infinite power and love of the Almighty. When we dwell in this inner sanctuary, we are aligned with the divine, and we experience the peace, protection, and guidance that come from this deep connection. Abide under the shadow of the Almighty symbolizes being under the care and protection of the divine. Just as a shadow provides shade and relief from the heat, the presence of the Almighty offers us refuge from the challenges and difficulties of life. When we dwell in the secret place within, we are assured of divine protection, no matter what external circumstances we may face. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him will I trust. In this verse, the psalmist declares the Lord as both refuge and fortress. A refuge is a place of safety, a sanctuary where we are protected from harm. A fortress is a stronghold, an impenetrable place of defense. Together, these symbols represent the unwavering security that comes from trusting in the divine. My God, in Him will I trust, is a powerful affirmation of faith. Trusting in the divine means recognizing that the source of all is our ultimate protector, provider, and guide. It is a call to place our faith not in external circumstances or material things, but in the enduring power of the divine, which is always present within us. When we affirm that the Lord is our refuge and fortress, we are acknowledging that no matter what challenges arise, we are safe in the divine presence. This trust is not blind, but is rooted in the deep awareness that the divine is all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-loving, and that this infinite source is always working for our highest good. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. The snare of the fowler is a metaphor for the traps and deceptions of the ego and the material world. The fowler was a bird catcher, and the snare represents anything that seeks to entangle us in fear, illusion, or limitation. Noisome pestilence symbolizes the destructive forces, whether they be physical, emotional, or spiritual, that can cause harm. Metaphysically, this verse reassures us that when we are aligned with the divine, we are delivered from these snares and pestilences. The divine presence within us guides us away from the pitfalls of life, protecting us from harm and keeping us on the path of truth. It is a reminder that we are not alone in our journey. The infinite intelligence of the divine is always working to keep us safe from all that would seek to diminish our light. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. The imagery of feathers and wings evokes the nurturing and protective aspects of the divine, often associated with the maternal, caring nature of the source. Like a mother bird shelters her young under her wings, so does the divine shelter us, providing comfort, warmth, and security. His truth shall be thy shield, and buckler speaks to the power of divine truth as a form of protection. A shield and buckler are defensive weapons used to guard against attacks. In the esoteric sense, truth is the understanding of the divine's nature, its infinite intelligence, life, love, and the recognition that this truth has no opposition. When we hold to this truth, it becomes our defense against the falsehoods and fears that arise in the world of appearances. By living in the truth of our divine nature, we are shielded from all that is false and harmful. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. This verse lists various forms of danger: terror by night, arrows by day, pestilence and darkness, and destruction at noonday, that represent the fears and threats we might encounter in life. These dangers, whether literal or symbolic, are often tied to the fears of the ego, which perceives separation, lack, and vulnerability. Metaphysically, the message is clear. When we dwell in the secret place within, there is no need to fear any of these threats. The divine presence within us is greater than any external force. By trusting in this interconnection, we rise above fear, knowing that we are always protected, guided, and supported by the infinite power of the divine. This verse calls us to transcend fear by recognizing our unity with the source of all that is, which is always greater than any perceived danger. A 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. This verse powerfully affirms the idea that no matter how many challenges or dangers may arise around us, they cannot touch us when we are anchored in the divine. The numbers 1,000 and 10,000 are symbolic of overwhelming odds or threats that might seem insurmountable from a worldly perspective. Yet the psalmist assures us that these threats shall not come nigh thee when we are centered in the divine presence. This is a reminder that our true protection comes from within, from our connection to the source, which is always greater than any external circumstance. It is an affirmation of the power of divine protection, which surrounds us like an invisible shield, keeping us safe from all harm. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. This verse suggests that while we may witness the consequences of negativity, wrongdoing, or imbalance in the world, it does not need to affect us personally. The reward of the wicked refers to the natural outcomes that come from living out of alignment with divine principles: fear, hatred, greed, and separation. Metaphysically, this verse reminds us to remain detached from the lower vibrations of the world. While we may see the effects of negativity around us, we do not need to engage with them or be drawn into their influence. By maintaining our connection to the secret place within, we rise above the lower energies and remain unaffected by them, continuing to walk our path in peace and integrity. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. This verse emphasizes the power of making the divine our habitation, our constant dwelling place, the center of our consciousness. To make the Lord our habitation is to live in continual awareness of our oneness with the divine, to abide in the secret place within us. When we make the divine our habitation, we are assured that no evil shall befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. This is a promise of complete protection, both physically and spiritually. It is a reminder that when we live from the awareness of our divine nature, we are shielded from all forms of harm. The divine presence within us creates a powerful aura of protection that repels negativity and keeps us safe from the effects of the external world. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. Angels, in the esoteric and metaphysical understanding, represent the divine thoughts, energies, and forces that guide and protect us. They are the messengers and expressions of the divine, ensuring that we are supported in all our endeavors. When the verse says, "He shall give his angels charge over thee," it means that the divine has set in motion a system of spiritual support and protection for us. These divine energies are always present, guiding us, guarding us, and keeping us aligned with our highest path. To keep thee in all thy ways suggests that this protection is not limited to certain situations or times, but is a constant, ongoing presence in our lives. As we walk our path, these divine forces help us navigate challenges, avoid dangers, and remain true to our spiritual purpose. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. This verse further emphasizes the protective role of divine forces in our lives. They shall bear thee up in their hands speaks to the idea that these divine energies lift us above the obstacles and challenges of life. Lest thou dash thy foot against a stone symbolizes avoiding the pitfalls and stumbling blocks that might cause us harm or lead us astray. Metaphysically, this verse assures us that when we remain connected to the divine within us, we are supported and carried through life's challenges. The divine presence ensures that we do not stumble or fall, but instead we are lifted up and guided on our journey, allowing us to move forward with confidence and grace. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder. The young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. The lion and adder, a type of snake, symbolize forces of fear, aggression, and deception, powerful energies that can threaten to derail us from our spiritual path. The young lion and dragon represent primal, untamed forces within and around us that can be destructive if not properly managed. Metaphysically, this verse conveys the idea that when we are aligned with the divine, we have the power to tread upon and trample under feet these lower forces. This is not a literal call to violence, but a symbolic representation of overcoming the lower nature, mastering the fears, temptations, and challenges that might otherwise harm us. With the support of the divine, we rise above these challenges, asserting our spiritual dominion over the forces of the ego and the material world. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. In this verse, the divine speaks directly, promising deliverance and elevation to those who have set their love upon me. To set our love upon the divine is to place our highest affections, devotion, and focus on the source of all. It is an act of aligning our hearts and minds with the divine nature, recognizing and honoring the infinite love, intelligence, and life that the divine represents. I will set him on high indicates that those who align with the divine are lifted to higher states of consciousness, spiritual awareness, and divine protection. Because he hath known my name points to the esoteric understanding of the divine name as the essence and nature of God, an infinite reality that encompasses all aspects of existence without opposition. To know my name is to have a deep inner awareness of this divine nature, which brings us into closer alignment with the Source. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. This verse reaffirms the intimate relationship between the divine and the individual soul. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him, assures us that when we reach out to the divine in prayer, meditation, or thought, the divine responds. This is a promise of divine companionship and support, especially during times of difficulty. I will be with him in trouble, I will deliver him, and honor him reflects the unwavering support and protection of the divine. No matter what challenges we face, the divine is with us, providing the strength and guidance we need to overcome obstacles. To honor him is to recognize and uplift the soul that remains faithful and aligned with the divine, bringing it into a state of greater spiritual awareness and fulfillment. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. The final verse of Psalm 91 promises long life and salvation to those who dwell in the secret place of the Most High. Long life symbolizes not just physical longevity, but a life filled with the richness of spiritual fulfillment, peace, and joy. It is a life lived in harmony with the divine, where each moment is imbued with meaning and purpose. And show him my salvation speaks to the ultimate spiritual realization. Salvation is the recognition of our oneness with the divine, the liberation from fear, limitation, and the illusion of separation. It is the ultimate promise of Psalm 91 that through our connection to the divine within, we will experience the fullness of life, the peace that comes from knowing our true nature, and the eternal security of being one with the Source. In conclusion, Psalm 91 offers us a profound spiritual teaching on the power of divine protection, the importance of dwelling in the secret place within us, and the blessings that come from living in alignment with the divine. As we internalize these truths, we're reminded that the divine presence is always with us, guiding, protecting, and uplifting us on our journey. When we make the divine our habitation, we experience a life filled with peace, security, and the deep awareness of our eternal oneness with the Source. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of Psalm 91. May its wisdom continue to guide and protect you on your spiritual path.